Hey guys, what is up? In this video, I'm going to share with you some key lessons and tips on creating high converting landing pages and sales funnels. And this is coming from a hands-on experience of driving paid traffic. So if you are that someone who is running Facebook ads or even YouTube ads for that matter, or you drive paid traffic, running ads on social media or different platforms, any ad network, then this video is going to help you understand that how do you convert the traffic that you generate from your ads, especially working on your landing pages and using some selling, like some persuasion techniques when it comes to writing copy on your landing page or your sales pages. So I'm going to give you some key learnings that I have had after taking ad accounts from zero to spending up to 50,000 per day, after scaling funnels from zero to hitting crores. Like there was one client and we're still working together, and this one client who did 10 lakh in revenue in 6 months. And then once we started to scale and nail the offer and the landing pages and sales funnels, in the next 6 months, he did 1 crore 10 lakhs. So you can imagine like the kind of growth that I'm talking about here, right? The significant growth. So in 6 months, he did 10 lakhs. And then the next 6 months, he did 1 crore, like 1 crore, more than 1 crore in 6 months. So that's the power of working on landing pages and sales pages, especially on the copy. And so I'm going to share whatever lessons I'm going to share with you is coming from my experience of writing. I think so far I have personally written and designed I think about 12 landing pages, which includes not just the designs but also the copy. So A to Z of the landing pages, I have done it personally myself, so designing and writing. And each of those landing pages have converted more than the industry average by far. And so make sure that you take note of things that I tell you today in this video. Let's talk about it. So the first tip that I want to give you when it comes to landing pages, designing and writing copy on the landing page to make it very persuasive is on the headline itself. Okay, because that's the main thing. Because when someone lands on your landing page, the first thing they see is the hero section, right? And the first thing they see inside the hero section is going to be a headline and then the sub headline. So and I see a lot of people. So let me first tell you the copy part of it, like the messaging part of it, and then I'll tell you the UI UX part of it. Okay. So, and I've made these mistakes, so I'm just, as a well-wisher, I don't want you to make the same mistakes that I did. So I'm just sharing out of my experience. So when it comes to headlines, I have seen, like, we have split tested, and I have always seen like the headlines that are more result focused, that talk about the end outcome, and are usually more better performing. And it is also not just about like result focus. I mean, what I mean is like moving away from pain is also some kind of a result that your market would desire, right? So this is where people get confused. But when I say result, I'm saying, here's what I mean by result. So when someone moves away from pain, what will happen as a result of that? Right? That is the result that I'm talking about. So you have to think about the end result, the desired result they want, and which has a positive association. Okay. So there's something that I like to call as positive association and negative association when it comes to landing pages, copywriting. And positive association is something which is moving towards a desired result, an end outcome, which has some positive association. Like for example, hey, get rid of your wrist pain, it has a negative association because you are asking someone to get rid of something, which means the first thing at a subconscious level that they're going to think about as soon as they hear this out is that you will remind them of the pain they have. So it's going to be a little negative association. It's not a positive association. But when you talk about an end outcome, an end result, that hey, for example, hey, start lifting weights, in case if that was the thing, start lifting weights in less than 30 days, double your strength in less than 30 days to lift up to 50 kgs, right? Dumbbells up to 50 kgs, just making this up. So now that's a desired result. Okay. So when you want to think about writing an ad copy, or even when you think about writing a landing page copy headline, you have to think about how can you install some kind of a desired result here in the headline and not have negative association, like not trying to make somebody move away from pain, but instead of that, trying to tell them that what happens as a result of moving away from pain, what happens then after that, that should be the headline. And then in the sub headline, you may split test and you can choose to then talk about pain points and problems in case they have any. And if your market is that, and then you can plan things accordingly, right? So that's about the headline. That's one tip on it. Of course, there's more, but that's how much I would want to tell you today. Next thing, I want to talk about the hero section itself, which is the UI, UX of it. And I see a lot of people make it very clustered. Like there's so much going on in the hero section. And I remember my first few initial designs, landing pages, and I can see everybody do the same mistake. And it used to work, but as the market becomes more maturer, such kind of things won't work, and that's why people's landing pages don't convert as much. So you don't want to say everything in the hero section, guys. You only want to tell them here's what the end result is, here's why you want to choose us, and if you have a video, you throw that in and with a CTA over there. And that's pretty much all that you have to do. You don't have to think about everything else because you have a long form landing page option to create a long form landing page. So you can take your time to make them go through the entire journey and say them the things that you want to say to them throughout your landing page, but not bombard them with everything on in the hero section itself. As a result of which, it makes it look very clustered and not very well designed, which gives out not a very great user experience. And that's what from the angle of designing, and that's what I would suggest you to avoid doing. Avoid those notification bars, avoid those things, because then see, anything that is new in a market is going to work better when it's happening for the first time. But when the market gets habituated of the way everybody is marketing to them, then they become immune to these kind of tactics. And that's why you have to be very cautious of understanding where your market stands at present, and then utilize that knowledge that you gather from when it comes to putting hands-on experience on making your headlines in the hero section, the designing of it, and what kind of urgency, scarcity elements would you want to use. So I don't like to personally, it's my personal suggestion, I don't like to use any sort of very hard or aggressive urgency, scarcity in the hero section. I don't personally do that, especially when I'm catering to Indian markets. Maybe it's going to be a little different when you cater to international market, and you can split test if you include any kind of scarcity urgency. You can using scarcity urgency is one thing. Going very aggressive on it is another thing. So I don't want to go very aggressive on it. And we have landing pages, I've designed it, they're still running, where we don't have any countdown timers. We don't really have any of these things, but they still convert better than industry average. And it is because we understand the market really well. We understand the target avatar we're speaking with really well. And sometimes you would want to utilize these principles. Sometimes you're just okay without them also. So, but yeah, coming back to UI, UX, don't make it very clustered. Keep it very minimalistic, and keep your headline as short as possible, as crisp as possible. And then you can explain further things if you want to in your sub headline. And then you can have a video. I prefer video, but if you can't have a video for whatever reason, then you can throw in an image, a banner image or something like that, and have a CTA, call to action, with a very clear cut call to action. Don't try to use any kind of fancy word there, okay, in your CTAs. Just simple thing, like for example, buy now at the price. That's it, like simple thing. You have to tell them exactly what you are asking them to do, like straightforward call to action, not this, get this incredible one-time only offer at this, like this on the button. Like these kind of CTAs won't work. They are never high converting. So yeah, that's my tip for you when it comes to the hero section primarily. Apart from that, it's already about 10 minutes in. We are in the video, so I'm just going to wrap it off. But I just want to give you one last tip here, and this is about a formula that I have, my personal copywriting formula, which I call as PPO. Okay. The first P here is polarity. Polarity means going against the conventional wisdom. So whatever your market currently believes, the beliefs they have, see if there is any way you can go against it. Now, I'm telling you now, I want to just give you a word of caution here. A lot of times marketeers understand this thing that, hey, to get attention, you have to go against their beliefs, but they don't realize the long-term repercussion of going against the beliefs if you're not able to prove what you're saying. So don't just say things because you want some short-term gratification, like feeling of short-term wins, but think about brand also, long-term brands, because this is a mistake I've made in my life. So think about long-term vision, have a long-term vision. If you have a system, process, method, solution, product, service that can go against their conventional wisdom, conventional thought process, then amazing, go for it. And if that box is checked, you will most likely have a very high converting landing page. So polarity, okay? Second is, and you can include that even in your headlines or sub-headlines. Second is the PO. So P is polarity and the PO is pre-handling objections. So how you want to plan your copy of your landing page throughout is by understanding that the moment someone sees your ad that drives them towards your landing page, the moment someone sees your ads, what is going to be their questions? What are going to be their series of questions once they see your ad and they find out about your product or your solution or your service? What are going to be their questions? And then putting the answers on your landing page to their questions, not in form of Q&A, like not in form of FAQs. You can choose to have FAQs, of course, but I am talking about in the form of your benefits. So all the benefits that can address those questions, which means the objections they will have, you want to highlight those benefits. And sometimes, I'm telling you, not sometimes, I think most of the times, what happens is that people can have probably 5 questions, objections when they see your product or your solution, your service, and one benefit of yours of one of the features of your product that in itself will handle and can potentially tackle all those objections. But because you're not saying things from a different angle, one of the questions is being answered, but the remaining are not answered in your landing page. And as a result, you lose conversions, you lose sales. So what I would recommend you is to think about, make a list of the objections that people will have, and then come from the angle of pre-handling those objections on your landing page. Think of your landing page as your salesman, that hardcore seller who is fully trained on your product or your service and is ninja at it. Think like that. And how would you want your A player, your top seller, to be in your team, in your company, in your brand? Think about that how will he or she address all the objections that are thrown at her or him, and then come, okay, so these are the objections. I'm going to write this thing in my landing page, but I'm going to come from the angle of pre-handling these objections that my target market may have as soon as they see my product or service or they find out about it. And that's how you can increase conversions on your landing page. And as a result, see, the reason why it's important is because it's not just about campaign structures, offers, great ads. To be very honest, see, why do you think I keep showing up every day and sharing a message with you? Because I know what it feels like when you lose. So, and why would I want anyone to lose? I don't want you to lose. I don't want anybody to lose. So, being a well-wisher, I just want to give the suggestion to you that work on this, like all the different moving parts to make your paid advertising work. Campaign structures is one thing. It is important. Ad creatives, important. Copywriting, important. Landing page designs, important. Funnels, important. Offer creation, important. The reality is all of these skills are equally important. Funnel psychology, understanding all of this, and you can't fight it. Okay, if you're just getting started, then you will probably have these kind of questions in your mind right now, that why should I do all of this, etc. But as soon as you implement things and once you experience the results, that's when you will start to recall the messages that I keep sharing with you guys through my videos, right? So it's very important to work holistically on all these skills so that you can make the best ROI and get the best ROI from your paid advertising, whether it's Facebook ads or any other ad network that you are using to drive traffic from. Yes, I'm going to see you in the next video. Bye.